Phelps is going to do it!
Phelps is going to win it. What's the time going to be? A world record? Yes! A world record for Phelps to start it off!
Michael Phelps, a name that resonates with greatness in the world of swimming. With 23 Olympic gold medals and countless world records, he is a legend. But behind the gold and the glory lies a story of struggle, determination, and resilience. Today, we dive deep into the life of the most decorated Olympian of all time. Michael Phelps was born on June 30th, 1985, in Baltimore, Maryland. From a young age, he was a bundle of energy, dabbling in various sports including lacrosse, baseball, soccer, and swimming.
For me growing up, I was, a normal athletic kid. I go from the baseball field to the soccer field to the lacrosse field to the swimming pool, just trying to get as much energy as I could out of my system.
Growing up in a single-parent home from a young age, Michael's mother, Debbie, became his rock and his biggest inspiration.
You owe her a lot.
I owe the world.
He said he owes you everything. He told us that.
Made me cry, Anderson. That's a lot. I just looked at it, I was a parent that wanted my kid to do well.
Balancing work, getting her master's, and raising 3 kids, Debbie instilled a strong work ethic in her children. Michael grew up with 2 older sisters, Whitney and Hillary, who were both talented swimmers. Michael's mother had initially gotten the kids to learn swimming for water safety purposes, which eventually led to them falling in love with the sport.
I was taught the sport purely for water safety. That's it. My mom, we were always around the pool, so she wanted us to be safe and not just get into an uncomfortable situation. So the importance of water safety was the reason why I started swimming.
Whitney in particular was a high-ranking swimmer, competing in events worldwide. That type of lifestyle appealed to Michael. Initially, Michael was afraid to put his face in the water, but he overcame his fear and started swimming at the age of 7.
I was afraid of the water at first. I didn't want to put my face under. I don't know, I just didn't like the feeling. And I finally built up the confidence to put my face under the water and to start swimming. And I finally fell in love with the sport.
Phelps had always been high energy growing up, which was later found out to be his ADHD. Michael took Ritalin until the 6th grade. Determined to manage without it, he promised his mom he could focus on school and swimming without the medication.
He was an energetic little boy, and of course I had to kind of weigh the research as to, is it just an immature male among very mature females in his class, or was it really ADHD? Michael did take medication for a couple years, only 5 days a week, not in the weekend, not in the holidays, not in the summer, because I was able to put behavior modifications into place. Kids need structure, kids need consistency. I don't care if they're labeled with ADHD or not, they have to have those parameters in order to be successful.
Trying to navigate through the divorce of his parents, swimming became an escape for Michael, providing a sense of structure and discipline that helped manage his high energy levels and the absence of his father. This void was filled by his coach, Bob Bowman, who recognized Michael's potential early on. At the age of 11, Bowman had a pivotal meeting with Debbie, stating that if Michael took swimming seriously, he could be in the Olympics in 4 years. Michael had found someone who believed in him, and that was all he needed.
For me, my father was very absent through a lot of my life, and for about 20 years, I can probably count on one hand how many times I saw him. And that kind of hurts. For me, I grew up always wanting to have a dad, to have somebody, whether it's to throw a catch or, do this or do that, and I didn't have it. And, so for me growing up, I had my coach who kind of acted as a father figure. He said to me when I was 11, if I wanted to make the Olympic team in 4 years, I could. And for some strange reason, I said okay.
I want to ask the question, who made you? Write down this goal sheet. So these are specific times that you laid out for yourself at 11.
Yeah, wow.
When I talked to Bob about this, he said what you don't know that's on the other side of this page was the first thing you wrote was, I want to win a gold medal. And then you thought, maybe that's too much, and you scratched it out, turned it over, and the thing was, I want to make the Olympics.
At 15, Michael Phelps became the youngest male swimmer to make the U.S. Olympic team in 68 years, competing in the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Despite finishing 5th in the 200-meter butterfly, his performance was impressive for someone so young. The day after his race, he was back in the pool, training harder than ever. 6 months later, he broke his first world record in the 200-meter butterfly, signaling his arrival on the world stage.
A world record of 1:54.58 of Michael Phelps.
Leading up to the Athens Olympics, Phelps trained rigorously under coach Bob Bowman. He aimed to win multiple medals and was focused on a demanding schedule that included swimming in multiple events. The 2004 Athens Olympics marked Phelps' true arrival on the world stage. After breaking the record in the 400 individual medley at the Olympic trials, he went on to win his first Olympic gold in the same event.
A new world record. One down for Phelps.
Phelps ended the Athens Games with an astounding 8 medals, 6 of them gold, becoming a household name overnight. However, fame came with its pitfalls.
Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps was sentenced to 18 months probation today in a Maryland court. The 19-year-old swimmer pled guilty to drunk driving charges. Phelps was also fined $250 and ordered to speak to local high school students about the dangers of drunk driving.
After his success in Athens, Phelps faced his first DUI. The disappointment in his mother's eyes and the burden of letting down his family and supporters hit him hard, plunging him into his first bout of depression.
I came back home and I was in my lawyer's office and I saw the look on my mother's face. Never want to see that again. The thing that probably bothered me the most was just the disappointment that were on their faces. I don't like letting people down. I think not only like, I didn't only let them down, but in my opinion, I let other people down. I let my family down. I let people who support me down. And I think that probably was one of the first times where I kind of went into, I went into a depression spell probably. That was probably the first time.
Despite the setback of his DUI in 2004, Phelps channeled his determination and discipline into his training, setting the stage for his historic performance at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Phelps set a monumental goal, break Mark Spitz's record by winning 8 gold medals at the Olympics. How would he achieve this goal? By training every single day for over 5 years.
I didn't want to become the second Mark Spitz. I wanted to become the first Michael Phelps.
We have this quote back on the wall: if you want to be the best, you have to do things that other people aren't willing to do. What does that quote, though, specifically say to you?
I want to be the best that I could be and the best that anyone's ever seen. And I'm going to work as hard as I can to be able to get there. You know, going 365 days a year for 5 or 6 years straight.
I guess for an extended period of time, 5 or 6 years, I went every single day.
Because those were the years where I went 6 or 5 or 6 straight years without missing a single day.
Christmas Day?
Nope, we trained on Christmas.
His birthday?
Oh yeah, that's a given. Twice on his birthday.
His dedication would eventually pay off. From the dramatic 4x100 freestyle relay where Jason Lezak's miraculous finish kept Phelps' hopes alive.
Here comes Lezak! Unbelievable at the end! He's done it!
To the 100-meter butterfly win by 100th of a second.
I don't know if he's gonna catch him. He gets it done again! He did it! He did it! He got it done again! For the second straight Olympics, Phelps at the end gets it done! 1/100th of a second!
And winning the 200-meter butterfly despite being blinded by water-filled goggles, Phelps achieved the unthinkable. He won his 8th gold medal in the 4x100 medley.
Phelps can do something that has never been done in the history of the modern Olympic Games.
And here comes Michael Phelps with a butterfly leg for the United States. Phelps into the pool for potential Olympic history here. And in goes Lezak. And Lezak, the hero in the 400 free relay, won't let Phelps down at all. History in Beijing for Michael Phelps.
When I said I wanted to win 8 gold medals, basically half the people in the swimming world thought I was absolutely crazy and nobody could ever do something like that. But for me, I was somebody who believed in it and somebody who believed in the process of getting there. I knew it wasn't going to happen overnight, like I said before, But every little small thing that we did was a small stepping stone in order to even be able to have that chance.
Post-Beijing, Phelps struggled with a what's next feeling. At 23, having achieved his life goals, he partied frequently, skipped training sessions, and gained weight, losing the focus he was known for. The infamous bong picture in 2009 marked another low point.
USA Swimming, the sport's national governing body, has suspended Michael Phelps for 3 months after a photo of the swimming star purportedly using a marijuana pipe showed up in a British tabloid. USA Swimming has also cut off its financial support to Phelps for the same period. It says it's taking the action because the 23-year-old has disappointed so many people, including the hundreds of thousands of USA Swimming member kids who look up to him as a role model. The 8-time gold medalist from last year's games is also getting the boot by a major sponsor, Kellogg. In a statement, the company says Phelps' behavior is not consistent with the image of Kellogg, so it will not renew his contract when it expires at the end of the month.
Rebounding from another low point, Phelps returned to his rigorous training regimen before the 2012 London Olympics. Even then, this would not go without the occasional fight with his coach due to differences in training approaches and Phelps' lack of motivation.
I didn't want to swim anymore. I needed space. I needed my own time. And that was something that, you know, it's frustrating to look back on, but it was what I chose to do. You know, I chose to skip a week of practice here and there, 2 weeks here and there, because I didn't care. And in 2012, I got the results that I deserved.
This resulted in Phelps not getting a medal in the 400 individual medley, which is something that hadn't happened since his first Olympics. Nevertheless, he still secured 4 golds and 2 silvers. Despite a relatively successful games, Phelps always held himself to a higher standard. He decided to retire after the games, tired of the constant obligations and wanting to live a normal life. But this was far from the end for Phelps.
We have this bit of news just into us as well. Very busy news day. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time, has been arrested again for DUI.
The second DUI in 2014 was a turning point in Michael's life. Feeling terrible and contemplating his life choices, Phelps isolated himself in his room for days, wouldn't eat, and lost the desire to be alive. He once again felt as if he'd let everyone down. After hitting rock bottom, he checked into a treatment center. Struggling initially to accept his situation, he learned to embrace the challenge of recovery, leading to a significant mindset shift. After a long career, Phelps had finally decided to embrace who he truly is instead of the perfect character he was trying to present to the world.
We're human beings. We're going to go through ups and downs. We're going to have struggles. It's the way of life. You know, if life was easy, then it wouldn't be as fun. You know, so it's you know, we kind of have to have those ups and downs to really be able to learn and grow. And for me, my downs were, as I said, some of the scariest moments in my life. But, you know, for a long time, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror because I saw myself as strictly a swimmer, not as a human being. And that's scary. So for me, I had to find out whatever it was that I was looking for and find out who I was. So for me, during that process in 2014, I was able to really see and like myself the way I am. And I liked who I saw in the mirror.
Phelps' comeback was driven by a desire to end his career on his own terms. Embracing the sport with newfound joy, he even attended the opening ceremony of the Games and was the flag bearer for the United States, something he had never done before due to being so focused on training and recovery. He would go on to win 5 gold medals and 1 silver, bringing his total to 28 Olympic medals, including 23 golds, making him the most decorated Olympian of all time. His victories in Rio were a testament to his resilience and determination to overcome his personal demons and regain his place at the pinnacle of his sport. Phelps decided to officially retire after the Rio Olympics.
Give Michael Phelps a gold medal in the final Olympic race of his career with a new Olympic record. 23 golds, 28 total is the final tally.
Since retiring from competitive swimming, Michael Phelps has devoted much of his time to his family, philanthropy, and mental health advocacy. Phelps has been open about his struggles with depression and anxiety, using his platform to raise awareness and support others facing similar challenges. The Michael Phelps Foundation promotes water safety, healthy living, and the pursuit of dreams.
Through my journey, I had so many people doubt me, say that I would never be able to accomplish these goals. I had a teacher once tell me I'd never amount to anything. And for me, with those things, when I heard those, I used those as motivation. Those made me work even harder to prove them wrong, because I knew that I was deserving. I was deserving to achieve the goals and the dreams that I had gone out and tried to achieve.
Additionally, Phelps actively participates in mental health initiatives, emphasizing the importance of seeking help and breaking the stigma surrounding mental health issues.
It was October of 2014 that I lost all hope. I was one of the world's most successful athletes. The all-American dream come true. But I was lost. I questioned whether I wanted to be alive anymore. I realized I couldn't handle this by myself. That's when I decided to seek help and work with a therapist. That decision saved my life.
You don't have to wait for it to get that bad.
Please talk to a licensed therapist as soon as you feel you need help.
Beyond his advocacy work, he cherishes his role as husband and father, focusing on creating a fulfilling life beyond the pool. Michael Phelps' story is one of unparalleled achievement, but also one of profound human struggle. His work ethic enabled him to overcome his toughest challenges. Although his achievements seem superhuman, his struggles remind us that he's as human as the rest of us. It's not about how you fall, but how you pick yourself back up.
Like the motto I live by today, it's dream, plan, reach. You know, it's like you come up with a dream, you figure out how you're gonna get there, and you go for it. Like, what's the worst that happens? You fail? Great, get up and do it again.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more inspiring stories. Let us know in the comments which athlete's story you'd like to see next.